Hey, welcome to Las Vegas.
My dad's one of the legendary Fercos brothers. He lives here in Las Vegas.
Ferdinand.
And I grew up in England, as you can tell by my accent. My family, obviously there's a lot of us, and they were all very close as they've lived here their whole lives.
We are the Fercos family!
Woo! And it was hard for me to fit in at first and find my place, but I fit in really well. 1, 2, 3, hit! And it's great.
You're amazing. I'm pretty sure that 90% of my friends think I'm lying that I have cats. It's embarrassing because it's weird. Sometimes when I have a boyfriend and he meets my family, I think they're a little overwhelmed. It is a little hard to date when your dad's a tiger trainer. Some guys think that my dad wants to feed them to the cats. Like, I'll ask them to come over and they'll be like, I don't really feel like being cat food today. I guess my boyfriend would be worried that my dad would stick the tiger after him if he wasn't nice to me.
It was a pretty crazy childhood. It was being around these animals right at, when I was about 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, taking care of baby lions, baby tigers, going to elementary school in Japan, going to school in Europe, going to school in Malaysia. And then my parents, they basically were like gods to me. It was awesome to know that that was my mom and that was my dad on stage. When I started saying that when I was 18, this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I worked regular jobs when I was younger. My mom, forced me to work regular jobs because she didn't want me to get into entertainment. I never had something I could say, like, I love doing this. And with show business, I love doing it. And I'm around these tigers and around these lions and panthers every day, and I'm becoming good with them, but now it's time to start becoming stage worthy, which they make it look easy, and it's not easy.
One hand, left hand, then you go, I do something like that, like here we are, depends.
Okay, look the audience when you do. Okay, Alex, don't do the hand.
No hand? Just want me to bow now?
Well, the boys have to smile more, but it seems like they're concentrating, they don't want to make mistake, so that's okay, that's practice time anyway. Once they got it, then I will tell them, and now, shine.
When we do take over the show, because at this point there is no ifs, I know my strengths are that I have such a motivation to not give up, to do anything and try as hard as I can.
Together.
I took a couple dance steps from my cousin, and I don't think I'm that great, and I'm not really good at all. So a couple, I guess, ballet classes every week, stretching classes, and I'll get more into it and we'll see how it looks.
Turn, walk on the right, walk, cross.
How was
that?
My dad's a trained dancer. It helps him a lot on stage, so I have to get into it.
Tony holds a world record for jumping 7 ping pong balls with his mouth.
World record again.
You can't really work on stage unless you actually lived with the animals. The animals wouldn't be comfortable with you and you would most likely get bit. I am scared of the animals. I've been bitten before, I've been attacked, so I got my lesson and I'm alive and I never want to repeat that accident again. I got in a fight with the leopard, which was hidden and no one knew about it, and just one of those bad accidents that no one really means to, but it got me good. If you see in my throat, it opened it up, lost all my blood. You can still see some on my face, but it's not so bad now. Like, I do this with my hand, or ta, and my dad was like, that looks stupid, like, you need to do it like this. I'm like, I just did it like that. No, you have to do it like this. You know what? You can't do it. You need to take ballet. I had to take ballet? Like, the sick person might take ballet?
Fast to the music, to hear the music, bam.
That would be a lot easier.
They've been on stage since they were children, so they know that you have to be the right kind of spin, that right kind of smell at the right time.
No, just one on both Alex.
Alex and I can take the show a lot further than I think my father took it.
Well,
you're walking too fast.
Hi, beautiful.
My ankle tiger. So I re-injured it like a month and a half ago. Oh. I went to dinner with Federica and Natasha, and Natasha was yelling at me. She's like, put heels on, you have to wear heels, we're going to a nice dinner. And I was like, I've been working all day, I don't want to wear heels. She's like, no, you have to. Federica, how bad did I fall? Like, on my face, like, like this.
My ankle sprain's extremely easy now from the tiger bite. I can walk on a stone and it will roll and I'm injured.
This is actually the tiger that bit my cousin Dashinka in China when we had a show there. And she almost lost her leg.
She pulled me through the current and dragged me all the way to stage left. Yeah. So center stage, all the way almost backstage, she was dragging me. As she was dragging me, I was holding on to Ferdinand's ankle, my uncle. Finally, thank God, my dad saw it and started just punching the tiger with his bare fist, and then grabbed something from his pocket that he had, like a stick, started hitting her in the face, and finally she let go. So these are where the screws are right here. You can kind of see them like poking out. I've met with my manager. He didn't know the first time I met him, my current modeling manager. I didn't say anything to him because I'd rather not say anything to him. And he's like, no, no, no. He's like, I have to know these things. It's really important for clients when we send you on swimsuit, catalog shoots, or anything like that. They have to make sure they have the makeup artist prepared to cover the scars.
You have the show on stage, and then you have the show backstage. It's two different shows. It's great. Being backstage in the dressing room, that's where the most outrageous things happen. Naked girls arguing, things flying, lions running by.
Oh my God, my whole boob is hanging out. There's nothing interesting going on here anyways, except for a bunch of people bitching about how fat we are.
And then, you see like Alex and Anthony in the background screaming who's gonna do what, who's in charge of what.
You ever hook at the back before?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I think Anthony, his own mind is a genius and a sick mind.
That's what I want to do. I like to put something so crazy and incredibly new, technology-wise, and introduce it into the magic so people go, what is that?
Alex, I think, is a genius just because he's just sweet, charming, funny. Anthony and Alex are always, they work very hard. They always put all the props together. I do the wardrobe, I'm in charge of the costumes. So I'm in charge of making sure that all the girls have the costumes on before they get on the show, have the right turbans, the right feathers, the right G-strings, making sure their boobs aren't hanging out of the bra. So when they go on stage, they look good. This is a big family business. Everybody in the family contributes to putting the show together. Tony and Fercos performing, Alex and Auntie in charge of the animals. I'm in charge of the wardrobe along with my sister Karina.
So we're 1 hour away from the show, so hopefully in an hour this whole arena will be filled up. It's 7,500 people, so it's a lot of people to come in.
Tatiana and Julia, Ferdinand's daughter, the magic assistants. So every aunt, cousin, sister, brother are all involved somehow in the show. My mother Dasha, she's very opinionated, very outspoken, and always right.
When are you going to learn how to speak English?
Yes, that's most
when are you going to learn how to speak English?
How are you, Ferco? How is it?
I don't want to know how you're doing. And my daughter Tatiana, no, she's not very good in school. She always brings D and C and Fs. I said, now I switched school. I said, if you bring me Fs from to school, you're going to be grounded for the rest of your life. So she got it and report card, come a piece of paper, and Tatiana did all of the F. And I called her, Tatiana, come home right now, you got an F again. She said, no, Mom, I have A and B, I did so good, I can't believe myself. I said, no, it says F. She said, from what? I said, gender F.
From everything.
And she said, Mama, you know what is gender? I said, no, the gender is me, female. Did you know that, the gender? What is gender?
Well, I don't know.
I asked Tony, and Tony said it's some kind of pasta.
I just grounded your sister for the whole summer because she got an F in gender. I mean, I loved going to work with her and being around the costumes and the animals. And I mean, growing up, I had a pet tiger and a lion.
6 girls I breastfeed.
So you were like a
My
cow.
4 girls.
What about me?
Elizabeth and Ariana. So between shows, we were working. So after the first show, I took a shower fast and ran home. By the time I got home, my boobs were like this and was spraying out the milk. Spray from both boobs. You grabbed one boob and Natasha grabbed one boob and the other one was crying.
And I was crying too.
Me too, me too.
Auntie and Alex have to be very careful while they're practicing with the magic tricks. That way they don't hurt someone.
Keep going, this is...
Oh my God.
Now like this?
There are celebrities in South America. Oh yeah. They were like barricades that we had to put like cement barricades for people to keep them back because they just wanted to see them. It's insane. I'm like, these guys? Really? Damn.